When Israeli defense forces began their ground operation in the Gaza Strip, they asked the residents to flee southwards for safety. But now Israel's offensive has extended to the south of Gaza. Israel says Hamas exists in the south and the troops will hit Hamas targets wherever they find them.
צה"ל פועל עם מטרות מאוד מאוד ברורות למלחמה הזאת. הפעולה הזאת היא גם פעולה קרקעית, היא פעולה מהאוויר, היא פעולה מהים. אנחנו נחושים להמשיך ולהתקדם. הדבר הזה יקרה בכל מקום שבו נמצא חמאס, והוא נמצא גם בדרום הרצועה. הוא יקרה בזמן, במקום ובתנאים שהכי טובים לצה"ל.
Residents are attempting to flee northern Gaza in large numbers. On your screens are satellite images that depict the unprecedented scale of the exodus. These images indicate a more dire phase in the war. Meanwhile, Israeli strikes continue to hit civilian infrastructure. These include refugee camps. Displaced Gazans are in agony as they have nowhere to go.
أعرفك عن حالي لا مبالاة في التعريف زينا مواطن من هالبنادمين اللي هجوا من الجنوب طلبوا من سكان غزة من احنا من الأهل المواطنين من غزة قلنا تفضلوا على الجنوب تفضلنا على الجنوب هلقيت طلب يقولوا تعالوا الجنوب ارحلوا وين نروح احنا بدنا نفهم احنا وين رايحين بالضبط ما حدش فاهم ايش الدنيا الحكام العرب الدنيا الحياة بطل في حاجة حدا نفهمها بالمرة ايش فيه.
Hamas, on the other hand, claimed to show its response to Israeli strikes. It released a video showing its military wing targeting and firing arms at a house where Israeli soldiers were holed up. Other visuals show rockets fired from the Gaza Strip towards Israel and the Iron Dome system intercepting them. As the fighting continues, Israel has agreed to allow 2 fuel trucks to enter the Gaza Strip each day. However, this quantity is being described as the bare minimum for around 2.3 million Gazans. Israel says the fuel will be allowed for Gaza's communications system and water and even sewage services. Separately, talks around the war continue. Turkish President Recep Tayyip Erdogan was on a visit to Germany. He met German Chancellor Olaf Scholz and discussions on the war divided the two leaders. Erdogan lashed out at Israel for its Gaza onslaught, while Scholz said Israel's right to defend itself must not be questioned. The Turkish president also said that he is in fact leading the fight against anti-Semitism.
Bizim için bu noktada bölgede Musevi, Hristiyan, Müslüman bu ayrımın olmaması gerekir. Antisemitizme karşı da bir mücadele verildiyse bu mücadeleyi dünyada ilk veren lider ben oldum.
Back in Israel, Defense Minister Yoav Gallant hosted his French counterpart in Tel Aviv on Friday. The two discussed the humanitarian issue of the hostages held by Hamas. The duo also shared operational achievements and developments on the ground. Over in the United States, President Joe Biden again pressed for the immediate release of hostages during talks with the Qatari leadership. EU Foreign Policy Chief Josep Borrell met with Palestinian President Mahmoud Abbas and Israeli Minister Benny Gantz on Friday. Borrell was trying to achieve a balancing act as he expressed solidarity with both sides. He also reflected an attempt to stick to a middle ground acceptable to all 27 EU countries who have deeply rooted differences about the wider Israeli-Palestinian conflict. Bahrain's Crown Prince has called for a hostage trade between Hamas and Israel in order to achieve a break in hostilities. The prince condemned the October 7th Hamas attack and the Israeli air campaign that followed. He also said that security would not be realized without a two-state solution, in which he described the United States' role as crucial. WION is now available in your country. Download the app now and get all the news on the move.